Elk Grove has been one of the top communities that we get asked about on the channel all the time, and rightfully so. There's been so much new construction homes coming into the area, making it such an appealing place for families to move into. So in this video, I'm going to cover literally all the brand new builds going on currently in Elk Grove. Also, if you stick around, I'm going to reveal all of the new up and coming communities going on in Elk Grove. So stick around, you don't want to miss out on this one. All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam Golovey, your new home specialist here in Sacramento, California. In this video, I really wanted to uncover all the brand new builds. Now, this is a topic we get asked about a lot from people looking to relocate into Sacramento, whether it's from the Bay Area or from Southern California, or sometimes even out of state. So if that's someone like you and you're looking for brand new builds, you've come to the right place. So let's get it started. The first community I really want to emphasize is going to be Oasis by Tim Lewis Communities. Now, this is a long and anticipated brand new community coming here to Elk Grove. Now, in my opinion, it's one of the better new construction areas right now, and them being in a little bit of a higher price point, they're also going to have a little bit more of a high-end feel to their homes. Now, Tim Lewis has been a builder that's been around for a while, and they've had a lot of developments going on throughout Sacramento. They typically have a little bit more high-end finishes with their homes, making it really appealing with their model homes and people looking in the area. Now, really quickly, what really stands out about this community, I would say, is the proximity and the location of where it's at. One thing that it has going for it is right down the street, you have Oasis Park. Now, Oasis Park is a brand new park that recently opened up here in Elk Grove, and it's got a splash pad, pickleball courts, a soccer field, a picnic area, dog park. I mean, facilities. It's got everything you could want in a big 20-acre park like this, and it's right in the middle of a ton of new construction developments by different builders. So this is a really exciting new park, and especially to be just down the street and walking distance from this park makes it so appealing to live here. So Oasis by Tim Lewis Communities is expecting to build about 52 different home sites. They're going to have 4 different plans to choose from 3 to 6 bedrooms. So they're definitely going to have a range of size of homes here. Now, the size of these homes is going to range anywhere from about 2,100 to 3,100 square feet, with prices starting in the low 700s into the 800s. Now, the pricing, that's just for the base, but you got to also consider that some of the pricing will increase depending on the type of upgrades you choose to do inside the home. One thing that I get asked about a lot from people looking to buy new construction homes is there an HOA? And in this community, luckily there's no HOA, but there are some Melloroos to consider. For some of you that may have just started your search with new construction homes, Melloroos are fairly typical here in the Sacramento region. And I would say that in Elk Grove specifically, they tend to be a little bit on the higher side. So the Melloroos for this community currently are running about $390 per month. So I think Oasis by Tim Lewis Communities is going to be a really exciting new community. I know the few phases that they have released have already been sold out, so it's going to be hot. They did have another community right down the street from this one, so this is almost like an extension of that community here right next to Oasis Park. Now, I want to jump into the next exciting community. This is going to be Meadows by Beazer Homes. Now, ironically, it's just down the street here, really walkable from the Tim Lewis community we just talked about. And they're going to have 2 series of homes here, the Primrose and Marigold. Now, these homes are going to range from about 2,000 square feet all the way up to 3,100 square feet. You're going to have a mix of single-story and 2-story homes, which gives you some great options as well. And currently, the pricing for the neighborhood can be anywhere from about $690,000 to $780,000 at the base price. Now, there might be some extra costs with the upgrades, but one nice thing about Beazer that I've noticed is a lot of the included features can look still pretty good inside the house, so I wouldn't worry too much about going crazy with the upgrades on these homes. Now, the great thing here is that there is no HOA, but the Melloroos are going to be running around $377 per month. So I'm personally really excited about this community. We've sold Beazer Homes in the past in other parts of Sacramento, so I think this is going to be a great development in addition to this part of Elk Grove. Now, if you've been paying attention to the new builds here in Elk Grove, you may have heard of previous communities like Laguna Ranch by Richmond American Homes, and right next door there was Meritage Homes. Now, this is just outside that community, so these 2 new developments are essentially an extension of previously built homes or homes that are already in construction. So the good thing about that is it's not really too open and barren. You can already see the community kind of developing here, and of course with Oasis Park being finished now, I think it's going to develop fairly quickly in this part of Elk Grove. The next exciting community I want to uncover is the Meadows by Woodside Homes. Now, Woodside Homes is personally one of my favorites, especially in this sort of price point. I think they offer a lot with their homes, and I really love their designs. Now, one thing that makes this community a little bit different is that they're going to be alley load garage style homes. So what essentially that's saying is that a lot of the homes here will be kind of tucked a little bit closer, and you'll be driving in through the shared driveway kind of into your garage, getting into the home. Now, they're still single family homes, and this is kind of becoming more and more popular in different communities throughout Sacramento. So if you're into more of a minimal maintenance style home, this might be a good option for you. Now, with this community, they're going to have 3 different floor plans, and they're all 2-story homes. They're going to be ranging anywhere from about 1,700 to a little over 2,000 square feet. Now, with them being alley load garage style homes, that tends to give you smaller yard spaces. So again, if you're not looking for a lot of maintenance, this might be a good option for you. Now, currently there is an HOA for the community that's running about $150 a month, and the Mellaroos are going to be running around $413 a month. So I really like the design of these homes. I think they look more modern compared to some of the other new builds in the communities. I think Woodside has a little bit more taste to their product, if you will. So if you like that kind of features to Woodside Homes, I've had a lot of great feedback from my other clients buying Woodside Homes throughout other parts of Sacramento. So this might be one you might want to check out. Now, one thing I'll mention about this community and some of the other ones that we're about to mention is that the location is definitely different. If you can see here on the map, Beazer Homes and Tim Lewis Communities is right around this area, but then you're going to go a little bit more south right here into all this new development. And what we're talking about is basically over here. This is where all this new development's going on. You have the new communities we're going to get into, the Grove. You also have Taylor Morrison and Woodside Homes being built right here. So it's a little bit of a different location than what you would typically get on the previous communities that we mentioned. Now, one thing about this location of Woodside Homes is going to be a little bit more southeast of where we were originally talking about the previous communities. So the location's a little bit different. It is a little closer to the casino here in Elk Grove, but there's still a ton of new development going on out here. If you were to drive this area, you would see it's kind of like a blank canvas, and there's multiple builders in the area that we're going to get into right now and show you some other communities going on right there. KB Homes is also coming in big here into Elk Grove. Now, right now, they just released 5 brand new communities at the Grove. Now, this is their master plan community, again, with 5 different series of homes to choose from. So probably for this video, it's a little bit too much information, so I'm not going to go into each one specifically, but I wanted you to know about it. So just to give you perspective, the Grove is right here southeast of where we were talking about on the Oasis area near that park. And you can see KB Homes is coming in here with multiple different developments and different places here. I mean, they're all kind of in the general area, but you should consider that as well in case you want to be in closer proximity to certain things. Now, KB Homes is coming in big into Elk Grove right now. They have 5 brand new communities coming in, and it's a plethora of homes to choose from. Now, some of the communities are going to be Highland at the Grove, Fairfax at the Grove, Hayworth at the Grove, Lexington at the Grove, and Westbourne at the Grove. Now, when I was doing some research on these communities, I did see that the Mellaroos tend to be about $5,000 a year, and that there was no HOA on some of them. Now, you will want to verify this per community if you're specifically interested in one, because that can definitely change, but at least I wanted to give you a ballpark for some of the communities in the area. For the sizing of homes, I'm just going to give you a range, but they can range anywhere from about 1,400 all the way up to over 3,000 square feet. And there's going to be a ton of model homes to go through. So it's probably going to be a good half a day of just looking at brand new homes. So just be aware. Now, for their entry-level communities, pricing can start about $537,000. But if you go into their higher end communities, the pricing starts about $660,000. And of course, that can go up from there just depending on the upgrades, size of the home, the lot, etc. All those things are going to be taken into consideration when it comes to the pricing. Now, just down the street from KB Homes, you're going to go into another master plan community. Now, this one has been around and you may have heard of it, but it's Madeira Ranch by Taylor Morrison. Now, Taylor Morrison has been coming in hot here for a little while, and they've been developing drastically. They have 5 new communities as well, all ranging from smaller homes all the way up to larger homes. But then also you have an active adult community called Esplanade. Now, Esplanade is a resort style active adult community. So if you're looking more for a retirement community where it's kind of closed off and a little bit more private with all the amenities that you could want, with pools, spas, gym classes, things of that nature. This is going to be an exquisite new community. Now, the reason I know this is because they've already built a community similar to this in Lincoln, California that we've reviewed before on the channel. And trust me, we've got an amazing amount of feedback on that community. So I really think that they do a great job with their Esplanade communities. Now, the communities here by Taylor Morrison are called Grange at Madera Ranch, Homestead at Madera Ranch, Orchard at Madera Ranch, and Prairie at Madera Ranch. And then of course you have Esplanade at Madera Ranch, the active adult community. The sizes of these homes can start anywhere from about 1,600 square feet all the way up to over 4,200 square feet. So there's definitely a drastic choice of homes here in the area, and the prices can fluctuate quite a bit. But I would say if you're looking to start here with a Taylor Morrison home, you're going to be probably starting around the $600,000 mark and on up. Now, just to kind of give you an idea of where these communities are located, up here on the northern side, you have Beazer Homes and Tim Lewis Homes. And then as you kind of go down southeast, you have KB Homes right here with the Grove community expanding. Woodside Homes will be right around here being built. And then of course you have the Taylor Morrison homes all being built right around here. So as you can see, definitely quite a few communities being built in right here, and it's only going to keep expanding. One more exciting new community coming to Elk Grove is going to be Long Meadow by the New Home Company. Now, if you've heard anything about New Home Company, typically they've built stuff in like Folsom Ranch, Russell Ranch, where you have a little bit more luxury homes with views. So here they're going to be starting with smaller homes, a little bit more entry-level homes, and it's really nice to see them coming here into Elk Grove. Now, this new community is going to feature about 122 homes. It is next to some more established, older homes in the area, and there's really not too much new development going on in this specific part of Elk Grove. You're going to be a little bit more north, just about 14-15 minutes north of the other new builds we were just talking about previously in this video. This is going to be on the east side of Highway 99 and Sheldon Road. So they're going to be offering 4 different floor plans, and they're all going to be 2-story homes. The size of these homes are going to range anywhere from about 1,900 to 2,700 square feet, and the prices are going to start in the mid 600s into the mid 700s. One thing that you might want to take into consideration here is that there is going to be an HOA. Now, to my understanding, it's not covering a lot. It's just a requirement of the community, but it's going to be running around $28 per month. Another cost to consider is that the Mellows here are going to be running about $321 per month. Now, some of the things that I like about this community is that I think the design is great, and if you want to be a little bit closer to the downtown commute, this might make more sense for you because getting on the freeway is going to be much faster in an area like this versus some of the previous ones that I've mentioned. Now, I want to get into one more last and final community that has still not been released. And this is really an exciting community because they've already built another one with smaller homes, and it's sold out so fast that they had to keep building in the area. Now, this is going to be Cascade at Elliott Springs by Elliott Homes. If you're not aware of Elliott Homes, they've been building a lot here in the Sacramento region, and I'm personally a fan of some of their designs. One great thing about them is that they include a lot of nice little features in their homes in the base price. So again, this is an up-and-coming community that has not been officially released yet, but we have already a big anticipation for this one. The sizes of these homes are going to range anywhere from about 2,200 to 3,200 square feet. The pricing is anticipated to start in the mid 700s, but I could see it go well above that on some of the bigger model homes. Now, one thing to consider here, if you're not familiar with Elk Grove, this is going to be a different location compared to the other builds we've talked about in the area. It's a little bit separated, so I do want to show it here on a map so at least you're aware of the differences and locations of these new builds and developments. As you can see here, the Elliott Springs community is kind of more on the northeast part of Elk Grove. It's going to be bordering more of the Sac County side. Now, one thing I've noticed is that some of our clients that have been reaching out to us are more interested or tend to be more interested in kind of this part of Elk Grove right here, just because you have the Costco, a lot more shopping right here, and there's just a lot of new development going on here. I would say more new development going on in this area, so that tends to be something that sticks out to them a little bit more and they prefer. Now, at this point of the video, I want to make a quick disclaimer. We're not a representative of the builder. Me and my team, we're individual real estate agents here in Sacramento. So all this information, I've kind of put it together just to make it easier for you on your search for a new home in the area. It really just give you an idea and an overview of what's available. So please make sure to do your own research. If you are thinking about buying a brand new home, make sure to confirm the pricing, all the Mellows and the taxes and all that kind of stuff, so you're making an informed decision before buying a home. I want to make a quick tip here as well. If you are going to be looking for a brand new build in the area, or you want to go out and shop and look at some of these model homes, my tip for you is to make sure that you're going with your realtor on the first visit. Now, this doesn't have to be us, but it's whoever you want to work with on your transaction. This is something we see time and time again, where people don't bring their real estate agent on the first visit. Then the builder doesn't allow them to use their own representation. So please make sure to bring your real estate agent along if you guys are planning on looking at some brand new builds this weekend. Now, I know this video has been a lot, but I hope it's brought some valuable information to you and at least given you an idea of what's going to be available here in Elk Grove. It's really an exciting new community. We're still going to have so much development going on here in Elk Grove and even on the surrounding parts of Sacramento. If there's ever any way that we can be a resource for you here in Sacramento or help you out with a new build or even a resale home, it really doesn't matter. If there's any way that me and my team can service you on a real estate transaction, please reach out to us right down below. Our information is right there in the description. We love helping people relocate into Sacramento, so it would be a pleasure for us. And if you'd like to know more on living here in Elk Grove, I've done so many other videos on Elk Grove. I'm gonna link those down below, so make sure to check those out. And if you haven't yet, consider subscribing. We release new videos on Sacramento housing every single week, so make sure to check those out as well. But for now, my name is Sam with Golovey Real Estate. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll see you on the next one.